Hey guys, what's going on? It's Destroyer here, and today I've got an absolutely ridiculous gameplay for you guys. So in this gameplay, I was playing on Breach just on my own, using my, try-hard loadout, and it was my first live gameplay that I've done in a while. Not a live comp, but I just recorded live, not on theater, and it was definitely worth recording. So I started off the game, killing myself one trip mine, which is, unfortunate. But the point is that in this game, I dropped a nuclear, and I hadn't played in quite a while. Once the DLC came out, I played a lot of zombies, because G.I.Unit was just so much fun to play. And starting off, it was a bit slow. I was thinking, I'm not playing like my usual stuff, let's just try to pick it up. And I decided to run some bit different streaks, because usually I run Strafe, H.A.T.R and R.A.P.S, but I decided H.A.T.R, R.A.P.S and G.I.Unit was the streaks that I wanted to run today. And so I just decided, if I was to get these, I would get a crazy amount of kills. So just starting off, just hanging around the B flag, not letting them leave their, their area. Because even though they have the B flag, which means they have a lot of control over the map, you can still, stop them from leaving. You can keep them spawn trapped, is what I'm trying to say. And right then, as a lot of people have said, that using the trip mine and shock charge is pretty bitchy, but the point is that it gets you so many kills, because then if you put it on walls that they're not expecting to look at, they've got no chance of predicting it. And if they're not running tac mask and flak jacket, you've got a free kill, or pretty much all the time. So right now I'm just flanking them, going around, got my bloodthirst, 200 off the H.A.T.R, which is pretty good. This is my third or second life. And right then I was a bit nervous, called in my, used my kinetic armor, called in the H.A.T.R, and so many guys run in that building, 4 or 5 guys. I said, nah, I'm out of there. Didn't want to, die for no reason. So I decided to just run up here, just get 1 or 2 more kills. Got my R.A.P.S, 100 off the G.I.Unit, which is a good start. I think I called it in. Maybe I don't call it in. And this guy was just waiting for his care package right there. I probably was going to get crushed by it. Lucky I moved out of the way. End up getting my G.I.Unit. Kill this guy, and I think I dropped it in now or pretty soon. So I was just, hanging around the spawn, not letting them leave. Because you just have to keep holding them back. Because once you've, established your position and they know where you are, you got to keep moving around, and they're going to expect you in one spot and you're going to be somewhere else. Which is really, really helpful. And you don't want to push too far into their spawn, because otherwise they won't be able to, the spawns will flip, they'll go spawn somewhere else. And right then, I just checked the care package, see if there's anything good in it. I probably wouldn't have taken it just in case it was booby trapped, but, it's good to check. So I'm running around, I've called in all my streaks, I put my G.I.Unit to patrol just near that C flag, because I know that they'll be spawning around there. And the G.I.Unit is pretty smart, like, it won't just leave whatever you set it to. And it goes for enemies that are pretty far away. So right then I was at my relentless, so 20 gun streak, full streaks, almost had my H.A.T.R, calling my kinetic armor, which saved my life, definitely saved my life. Calling the H.A.T.R just to see where the enemies are. I see this one guy, just waiting for another care package, close to my next G.I.Unit. Kills one, watches one die, and right now there's a guy up here, get my second G.I.Unit. This is my second set of streaks in the same life. This is my second or third life, so something like 40 and 2 probably. And right then I was watching the whole team just started spawning there, which was crazy. So many kills. They started leaving. I flicked up my scoreboard just for a second. I didn't even check how many kills I was on. Just wanted to check if there was enough people or something, I don't know. Maybe I did. And then right then I got my nuclear. Oh, I almost missed it. Just got my nuclear. Which is absolutely crazy. And this was my first game back in a while, and the enemies had a rolling thunder. I was pretty nervous. I was like, what the hell's it coming from? And my G.I.Unit just then got a quad, which is pretty cool. What a beast. So I've got my second G.I.Unit, and I decided not to call it into the next round. There's really no point, because the round was pretty close to ending. I probably do call it in, I'm not really sure. But I was just running around trying to get my next set of streaks, stay alive, get as much kill streak as possible. Because once you die, it's hard to get back on that streak, get another streak going. But these guys were really struggling to get back in form once I'd coined those streaks. They couldn't do much. They were running around, struggling with their best to get some flags, and we flipped the spawns. The G.I.Unit absolutely decimated them. But once G.I.Unit was gone, the map control sort of went back to them. They started taking B. Because my team wasn't that great in this game. I mean, we'll see at the scoreboard that I was, I think, carrying most of the game. But at this point, I was just running around the spawn because I knew they were back here, looking around, and they got a UAV then, but I run Ghost, which is perfect, so they can't even touch me. And I was hearing a sparrow then. I wasn't sure if my teammates or mine, or the enemies. So I just decided, run away, stay alive. And right here, just running around, just trying to stay alive, calling kinetic armor just to make sure I don't die. Stop that guy from getting it. And right then, my kinetic armor almost gives up on me. I almost die. And so I just sit back, don't die. Right then, I have full streaks. And that's my third H.A.T.R in the same life. It's ready to be used, which is it's ridiculous. It's a lot of streaks. So finishing 49-2 in the first half. Half a century. Almost at my third set of streaks in the first half. Which just sets me up just for an absolutely brilliant game. And getting these games isn't very common, especially with 2 deaths. Like, usually you get quite a lot of kills online. Like, pubs aren't that hard to get a lot of kills. Arena's a lot harder to get good streaks. Like, you usually get a Wraith and that's pretty much it. It's hard to get motherships in there. But, so right now, 200 off my R.A.P.S, and I had a G.I.Unit ready. I decided to spam the G.I.Unit, call that shit in, call in the H.A.T.R, get on B, but I see half of their team pushes B, so I just decided, flank in. And that is my third set of streaks in the same life. As you can see, I just called in my second, I call in my second G.I.Unit. So there's going to be 2 G.I.Units on the map, which is just ridiculous. And these guys can't even kill me. And then right then, I choked, I ran straight into him. He wasn't even aiming at me. He was shooting at a teammate or something. And it's just pretty unlucky. I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but it happens. And right then, as you probably heard, hostile R.A.P.S incoming, and that really was, I thought, how have they gotten R.A.P.S? Their team was getting destroyed. No one was positive on their team. So I was sure they got it in a care package. And right then, I got purified. I was on 59-4 or something. And the only thing was that my G.I.Units get targeted by the R.A.P.S, which is a real pain in the ass, because I had 2 G.I.Units up and they got taken out almost instantly. I didn't get any more kills with my streak after that. And the enemy lightning strikes, I just get inside B just to hide, stay alive. And at this point, I was just running around trying to get into the spawn. And I see some R.A.P.S, see enemies, I'm out of there. I'm out of there. I'm not even going to bother contesting. And so I was just looking around for some enemies, just gotta get out of there. And right then a R.A.P.S went straight into me. The R.A.P.S they're pretty overpowered, because once you have them, unless they take out the deploy ship as soon as it comes in, which is a calling card, it's going to be a struggle for you guys to be able to run around the map. But on Breach, the only place that the R.A.P.S can get to, they can get to any part of the map, but it takes them a while, because there's a lot of jumps that you have to make, which is really good for having like a G.I.Unit, because the G.I.Unit can make every single jump, which is perfect, even though it is a harder streak to get. So right now I was getting, well, not really close at all to the H.A.T.R, but I just wanted to stay alive, try to get another set of streaks. And so far it's getting a little bit boring. I mean, nothing's really happening. I'm running around the outside flanking, getting behind them, trying to kill as many guys as I can. Use my shock charge to trip mine as always. You gotta constantly putting those down. And that guy with the Shiva there, he scared me a little, so I decided to just call in the, just pop kinetic armor, run around. Just make sure to stay alive, and I wasn't sure where they ended up spawning, because the spawns flipped because some of my teammates capping A, so I decided to get over there quickly, try and get 200 points, get close to my H.A.T.R, and I get on it, 175 off the H.A.T.R, which is a lot closer than I was before, and you just gotta keep running, and you just gotta keep moving, keep trying to get behind them, because in domination, because the spawns are linear, as soon as you're in that area, you can get as many kills as you want. And right then, that guy almost turned on me. If I had turned left for a second more, he would have killed me, 100%. Which would have been unlucky. But I ended up getting my H.A.T.R, running around the side now, trying to flank him. And I see someone coming through here, get my R.A.P.S. I don't call it in. I do call it in. And I see 3 or so guys coming around the corner, so I decided to just jump on out of there, get behind him, 100 off. And I do end up getting the G.I.Unit. Call it in. I thought, we're going to run out of time. There's no point me trying to put it near B or something. So let's just try to get this game over with, get it as quick as over. So overall, I got 4 G.I.Units, 4 R.A.P.S, 4 H.A.T.Rs in this game, which that's a lot of streaks. And for streaks that are over 1,000 score per life is pretty good. And getting these streaks is not the hardest thing. You just need to have good map knowledge, good awareness. A headset does help, and you need to be able to, use the gun that you've got. So the VMP, because it's an all-round gun, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it. It's good long range, good close range, and using kinetic armor, using a specialist to your advantage is what you want to do. I always pop kinetic armor if I'm in a position of, you know, of low safety. If I think I'm going to die, if I'm on a B flag or on an enemy flag and they're all spawning there, I'm going to pop it. There's no point not popping it and dying close to streaks. So the game's pretty much over here, 188 to 152. We're going to triple cap them now. So they're not going to get much further than 155. Which is, it's good. It's good. And our team helped a lot. They were capping the flag. I was running around, not even getting anything. And that ended up being a really, really good game. Ended up getting gravity spiked 190 off the next H.A.T.R, which is, it's unfortunate. But in the end of the game, we ended up getting 4 sets of streaks, a nuclear, and ended up finishing 84 and 6. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.
Mechanical down.